Yeah, so in a mediocre NBA draft, there's talks that Bronny could go high to, early to mid first round. Rich Paul came out and said that Bronny and LeBron are not a package deal, and that LeBron won't take a small max or a small amount of money to play with Bronny.
Yeah, won't take the minimum.
They won't take the minimum. Yeah, I'm sorry. So should a random team just draft Bronny early and call Bron's bluff?
I don't. So this was a real thought that I had a couple years ago that this could happen if LeBron was like, I'm signing with whoever drafts Bronny, but that's not good. It is. I think it's clear enough right now that Bronny. It is not super important to Bronny that he and Bron play together. That if a team were to use a first round pick on Bronny, LeBron would just be like, all right. You know what I mean? That's go do it. And I think Rich Paul has made that pretty clear. And so I don't think that is on the list of realistic outcomes. I do think it makes all of a sudden the second round of this year's draft compelling because the storyline, right or wrong, is going to be about Bronny. Go ahead. Ask the follow-ups.
Yeah, so if the Lakers sign LeBron's guy, JJ, and draft his son, wouldn't it be pretty shady for the GOAT to leave them?
All right, so I don't know. Listen, he's a free agent and do what he wants. Nobody thinks he's leaving the Lakers, even though I hope he leaves the Lakers. What I will tell you is, Demonte, I love doing this podcast with you, but I would not be happy if they were like, hey, guess who's the new showrunner of First Things First? Nick's podcast partner, Demonte. I'd be like, you know what? I don't know if that's the vision we need for this show. I don't know that he is necessarily up to the job. The idea that because LeBron enjoys podcasting with JJ, that he definitively wants JJ to be his head coach, I don't have any evidence of that. I do know that when the Lakers were pursuing Dan Hurley, LeBron reached out to Dan and they were talking. I do know LeBron was all in on the idea of Dan Hurley coaching the Lakers. I shouldn't say all in, but excited about the idea of Dan Hurley coaching the Lakers. And the Lakers front office is going to do Lakers front office things. All right, let's talk Bronny real quick. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, so the Lakers and the Suns have shown the most interest in Bronny, and Rich Paul is now saying the Mavericks, Timberwolves, and the Raptors are also in on him. Out of all these teams with ties with Bronny, which do you think would be the most likely to draft him? Which do you think will be the best landing spot for his development? And which would you think would be the most fun?
I think the most fun would be the Mavs. I think that would be the most fun because I think it would be really cool to see, and again, Bronny's going to be a second-round pick that's probably going to spend most of the year in the G League, right? But I think it would be really cool and a nice kind of final chapter to Kyrie getting to do the mentorship, teach you how to win stuff for Bronny that LeBron tried to do for Kyrie, that Kyrie pushed back against at the end. Because I think Kyrie, I want to say something about Kyrie here. I know this is supposed to be about Bronny. Listen, he's probably going to go to the Lakers at 55. It just seems like that's what's going to happen. And I don't think he is yet a good enough prospect to where we should spend a ton of time talking about the best thing for his development. He is a wildly impressive young man. As someone who has a daughter his exact age, the way he has handled all of this level of fame, this level of money, and I don't just mean his dad's money, I mean now his own money. Because he's got the Caleb Williams level NIL deal, like his own money as an adult that he can do anything with. Like, I don't think it is, Demonte, you're going to laugh here and you're going to say I'm being unfair. I don't think it is ridiculous to say he has, in 3 months out of college, shown more maturity than I've seen from LaMelo Ball at any moment of his career. Like I
Dude.
am, I knew you. And so
What a stray for LaMelo. Like, what the heck?
I knew you were gonna say that. I just can't. I can't watch any more of these videos. LaMelo peeling. Somebody tweeted once, LaMelo
Please.
acts like a 12-year-old
No.
who got
Yes.
$100 million, and it's like, yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, the guy's got a go-kart on his roof. He's got every car you would see. I think LaMelo picked his vehicles by the cars that are available in Grand Theft Auto. It's like, oh, that one. I want that one. And then that one. And then that one. So again, maybe I'm being unfair. It's just what I think. I am impressed by Bronny, the young man. And I also think that people need to remember when you look at his college stats that the guy had cardiac arrest and wasn't able to train for months. And then the whole thing was thrown off. And so I think he's better than his college stats suggest, but he's 6'2". So that's the biggest concern I have with Bronny is his height. And so, but to go back to the Kyrie thing I was trying to say, and then we're not going to do the quarterback contracts thing because I just don't know how to stay on time. When Kyrie was playing great basketball, a large part, and you'll like this, DeMonte, because you always thought I was too hard on Kyrie. When Kyrie was playing really good basketball, maybe not great, but really good basketball, when he was with Brooklyn, a large part of the conversation around him was negative, non-basketball related, right? That the off-the-court stuff, no matter how well he played, the off-the-court stuff pulled down the discussion around him. I believe fairly. Some people believe unfairly, but it is what it is. What is only fair is if that can work in the other direction as well. Kyrie just had a really rough finals. And the off-the-court stuff was so mature and so self-aware and showed a real leadership that it should pull up the conversation a bit as well. If when he was playing excellent, the off-the-court nonsense could pull down how we looked at him, then when he struggled in the finals, which he just did, he had one excellent game, one okay game, and 3 really tough games, but he handled it all. And some of the quotes, if you read them about what he was saying about Boston during the series, they read weird, but if you watched the press conference, it was so thoughtful and mature and all of it. Credit must be given. And so to a point to where now the reason I'm saying Dallas for Bronny is because I think Kyrie would be a cool, uncle figure with Bronny is like, hey, here's how to go about it. Like, don't have your dad telling you what to do, but have a guy you've known since you were a little kid who now, I think that would be, to me, that would be the coolest thing. And obviously Nico Harrison, who runs the team, has a great relationship with the family. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.